three coplanar
not just
planes,
twat speaking.
and bam,
Flat
there's the
is curved.
the earth.
On the level.
The way I phrase it is a monument to the curvature of the earth. It really is.
Level.
It really is.
Level.
And bam,
Flat
there's
is
the
curved.
radius of the earth.
You're breaking up again.
Now?
No, you're not. No, not really.
Okay, how would this?
Okay, now I can.
Let's say it was actually flat.
Say it was horizontal.
Tangent
to a
no.
horizontal. Say it was horizontal. Like
Tangent
to a
no.
horizontal earlier. If you say it's horizontal, and we all know what you mean, it means it's perfectly
So if the
straight.
land was okay. So the land is a horizontal plane in front of us. He can't say that land is flat.
Flat is curved. Well, I mean, you can do, because the word flat does mean multiple things. Is curved. You would.
No, that's a law of identity violation.
No, it isn't. No. Oh my God! You use the QE line, you idiot. You are aware that words have multiple meanings, aren't you? Like, come on.
If everything is flat.
If you look up the definition of level, hold on. Let me just ask. Let me tell Jeremy. Jeremy, go and look up the dictionary definition of level.
I agree. Levels horizontal.
Rumpus, we know that, but you can't hold both of them simultaneously, buddy.
Can I just respond to Jeremy?
He's playing dissonance.
Jeremy, one word has multiple definitions. Go and look in a dictionary for the word level.
I agree. Levels horizontal.
But you don't hold them both simultaneously.
You're holding
Can I
them
just get my
simultaneously.
sentence out, and then you can come back at me, Brian? So if you look up the definition of a word, there are many different meanings associated with one word. That is not an breaking identity philosophically.
Semantics.
That's perfectly allowed to have one word with multiple meanings.
Semantics.
Perfectly
I
acceptable.
did let you finish, asshole, and I said the same thing after you finished twice. You're trying to use them both simultaneously.
Exactly, Leaky.
Well, no,
Leaky's right here.
no, you mustn't. What's called equivocation? You mustn't change the meaning of the word. So if I pick on the word flat,
Listen.
I must be consistent. If I'm using it in a logical argument, I must switch the meaning of the word
Two-dimensional,
flat.
right?
So if I use the word flat and I mean it to mean level, then I mustn't then use the word flat in the sense of on a woodworking bench. You can say this is a flat bench or something. Flat. They mean level, which means curved.
Oh,
Was the moon mission? Was that a great circle? Was that a great circle route to the moon, or was it? Did they do the shortest distance between 2 points, a straight line?
Guys, let
Brian,
Bev
ever
go.
went to me, dude.
Brian,
Let Bev go.
here's an interesting thing. I looked up Utah.com, the state of Utah and the Bonneville Salt Flats, and here's what they state. Imagine a place so flat you seem to see the curvature of the planet. So barren, not even the simplest forms
But you can't
of life
measure
can
it,
exist.
obviously.
Let
Yeah,
George
well,
imagine.
I heard George. I heard him, and that's interesting, George.
George, did you finish?
That's okay. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, let him finish. Let him finish. But also,
That's okay. Go ahead.
I know what you're saying, George. I've heard, but they also have an article that the Colorado State University said that Missouri is flatter than a pancake.
Yeah, and they mean by that
That there's no drop. There's no drop.
That's
They mean
ridiculous.
That's not
dude.
what it means, Brian.
Or they could mean what George said, and the fact that it's not bumpy.
Yeah,
If
it's
everything
bumpy.
you
It's
measure
got
with your
elevation.
That's what they mean.
WSG 84 is considered flat because it's level and
Kansas
no
is
elevation
flat as a
change,
pancake.
right,
You're
Rumpus?
meaning that there's
no
not
elevation
much
Yeah,
surface
I
deviation.
barely hear you over
How
there.
respect the radius of the
That's
earth.
not what the article says.
It's not horizontal.
Sorry, if that's
It's
Cleary, we can barely hear you, Cleary. You're so quiet.
Oh, okay, shut up, twat.
Someone was speaking just now and talking about levels. It seemed to be saying something sensible, but I couldn't hear them.
How do you know if something's curving, Rumpus? How do you measure that? If everything's flat, flat means level and level means curved.
Well,
How do
you could
measure curve.
Well, you can measure the
know
dip. If you know,
Wait,
use the dip,
whoa. Just by that, does that mean
Hold
that
on, someone's
curved
asking me-
is...
could
Does
I
that mean
respond to that
curved
Could I
is
respond to
flat?
that person just asked
Does that
me a
mean
question?
curved's flat, Rumpus?
You get a
Yeah,
chance.
yeah, Bob.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to say.
The person who asked me a question asked me how you would measure it. That wasn't Bev Try Thinking. It was someone else. So if you wanted to measure this, then you could measure the dip angle, for instance, as a way of saying, oh, look,
Dip
this is coming
angle?
away from me. It's below horizontal because you can use the theodolite on auto level.
Rumpus, you're
and you
just
can
talking
see-
shite.
You can see
No,
that
it's not.
you can see a distant horizon is
Right
dropped.
there,
And
shout out
therefore
to
you
Sean
know
Hawkins.
you're not on a therefore it's curving away from you. Go ahead, whoever was trying to interrupt. Bev, presumably.
Go ahead, Bev.
All right. Are you, have you finished now?
Yes, I've now
Right,
finished
so
my second.
can I just say earlier, right, you finished, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, how about
Right.
speaking?
So
see, that big
earlier
word-
on, you said that level is horizontal is level and level is flat.
No, I didn't say that, you stupid moron.
Right,
You
level,
stupid
level,
twat.
level,
You moron. You
level
moron. You never
is
said horizontal
curved.
level. You
Curved
stupid
is flat.
effing
Flat
wanker.
is curved.
Stupid
Curved
wanker.
is level.
I did not say horizontal was
You,
level. I said
okay,
exactly
right.
the opposite.
Rumpus.
You utter
Rumpus.
misrepresentative lying moron.
Rumpus.
You utter twat.
Rumpus.
You are utter moron. You
Rumpus.
know
You
that's
gotta
not
shut
the
you
case,
down,
and
Babby.
you
You
repeat
can't
it. You're
Rumpus.
such a flipping moron. You can't even remember what he
Rumpus.
said. You willfully misinterpret. You are
Rumpus.
Tell, bro.
flipping
Rumpus.
twat.
Rumpus. Tell.
Stupid effing moron.
Rumpus.
God, what a little moron that git is.
Rumpus.
Stupid twat.
Level
Stop rumpusing.
is flat and flat is curved, you said earlier, didn't you?
Correct. And you introduced the
Right,
word
so,
horizontal.
so flat is now curved. You just redefined
Yeah.
flat as
I've
curved.
got him to say that twice, Bev.
God, what
Right,
a little
Rumpus. Rumpus. Where the bit that you live on, right? Do you think that's curved?
The flatland.
Right.
it is.
So that's you're a flat earther then.
What?
No, the
Well, flat is curved. You just said it. You said it. You redefined flat as curved. So you're a flat earther.
No, flat.
Yeah, you are. You're a flat earther.
We know what curve is, and flat is the same as curve.
Bevy,
Yeah, flat is the same as curve. So you're a flat earther. Brilliant.
Bevy said last night that the Earth is extremely flat.
I know.
Or
Yeah, he's a
incredibly
flat earther.
And
Rumpus is the
geometrically,
flat
the word
earther.
flat is curved. And geometrically, that is a curve.
No, Rumpus, geometrically, a flat is a two-dimensional surface, and it is not curved. You've
is.
just redefined it as curved, so you can be a flat earther. You want to be a flat earther that much, you're willing to redefine flat as being curved.
George gave
Yeah,
for you.
brilliant, George.
Flat, which means the same
Read
elevation,
the survey
which means
book.
curved. It's very simple.
Read the survey book. Yeah, read the survey manual.
Try reading a survey book for once, Bev. Give that a go.
Do you think it says flat is curved, Rumpus?
Flat isn't generally used in Spain.
Flat is never used as curved because it's a two-dimensional surface.
Like the Bonneville salt flats, and the thing that George just cited is indeed curved. They mean it's curved.
When they say flat as a
Try
pancake,
reading a survey.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to jump in
I know
just
you
real
haven't
quick.
got one, but you need to go out and borrow one.
I want to jump in.
One.
Hold on. I just want to jump in real quick and address what Left Lane said. So what we have to understand is that the models that we are talking about, whether they are flat or curved in terms of geodesic measurements, or in another field, whether or not we're talking about looming, we're talking about we're talking about two different fields where the observations are going to produce the same thing. If you try to measure curve with geodesics, you're going to have horizontal.
You can't measure curve.
Shut up. You're going to have no curvature. You're going to have the same elevation at point A that you have at point 100. That's the observation. We have an observation of 5-foot elevation plumb at point A, 100 miles farther away, 5-foot elevation plumb. Okay, that's level. Okay, now with mirages have been interpreted as if they were on a globe, which means the interpretations are incorrect. However, when you read books, all of their descriptions fit their model. So, Left Lane, telling us to go look at telling us to go look at survey books is meaningless because the survey books are constructed on a false premise. False premise in both of them. You're assuming a globe. You're assuming a globe, and therefore you then interpret your data and work math in order to prove your presupposition. That's all. Thank you.
With no elevation change.
Exactly. There's always elevation change, even on the salt flat.
It's all wrong.
I was wondering, Rumpus, does flat include drop?
Why is someone doing vacuum cleaning?
Does flat include drop? Is there a drop factor in this flatness you're talking
about? Well,
What?
when
What
you're
is,
saying
what
clearly,
is flat?
Flat in surveying terms means level, and level
Right, which
is
means
curved.
curved.
Does
right.
level and
Yeah.
flat
For
include
fuck's sake.
rock?
How much curve is there in flat, Rumpus?
The Earth's
How much
curve
flat is there?
How
is 8
much?
inches per mile squared.
Oh, right. So
That's your-
that's
your-
brilliant. So now
That's
flat
okay.
is curve at the same amount as your Earth, right?
Correct.
So
Flat
is
in
straight
surveying terms,
is straight
flat-
also
straight's another-
curved
no,
at the
straight-
same amount
straight-
as flat?
No,
Rumpus, you said
straight
there's
and
no
horizontal
elevation
are
change.
like
straight
this.
lines,
Smooth.
You
but
said there's no
flat is
elevation change
used
in
by
surveying
surveyors to
terms,
mean
I
level.
think 8
smooth.
inches
Which is
an
curved.
elevation change,
Who's,
isn't it?
who else is talking there?
No. Sorry.
So straight.
So think of it as smooth.
Guys,
straight
one at a
away.
time.
No.
One at a time, please. I'll start muting people, please.
Straight and horizontal are straight; they're not curved. But
Right.
flat is used by surveyors to mean
Rumpus,
it's the same
it
elevation. Which
fucking
is curved.
isn't.
It absolutely is.
It's
you haven't
not.
read you haven't read any surveying books, Bev. You
Flat.
don't know.
You can't redefine the word flat to make it curved just because you want to be a flat earther.
Surveyors use this term. I've spoken to several surveyors, including Jesse and Larry Scott, who are professional surveyors. And when they discuss things as being flat,
Why can't they talk to us?
Do not
Right?
interrupt me
Why
in
do they
mid-sentence,
send you
twat.
in?
Be
Because
quiet,
you've
twat.
talked to
Be
someone.
quiet, you twat. Be
What
quiet,
are you
rude
talking
little
about,
obnoxious
Rumpus?
Twat. Be quiet, you rude little obnoxious twat.
Oh,
I was
really,
speaking to professional
Rumpus?
surveyors,
Yeah.
and they,
that
when they
his
use the
name?
word flat, they mean it's level, and therefore it means
So
it's curved.
they gave you the right to speak for professional surveyors, did they? And to
Yes.
curve flat.
Whereas you've never seemingly ever made any
Right,
contact
so
with any professional surveyor.
is the flat surface that everybody here knows about is two-dimensional, right? Length times breadth. It's a plane surface.
No, it's not a plane surface. That's a different thing. A plane is another thing altogether. It's used colloquially to mean a plane, but by surveyors, when they refer to flat, that's why they call bottom
Like,
salt flats.
I don't, is anybody else listening to this, right?
Yeah, just read a book.
Rumpus
Try reading a
is
book on surveying.
talking
Bev. Try
shite.
reading
No,
a book
this
and
is
read
basic,
and refer to
basic
George's-
geometry,
George
Rumpus.
cited you a quote
Basic
from a surveying manual of
geometry. This is
from
nothing
Utah
to do
thing.
with
They
surveying
described exactly
and the
what they meant
bullshit
by
you
the
talk.
Bonneville salt flats, and they described
This is
it as having
basic
the same
geometry,
elevation,
Rumpus.
which means it's curved.
It's
Just
basic
because
geometry.
You don't seem to understand that flat can have multiple
bet you
definitions,
can,
and in
eat
surveying
rumpus for a
terms, it
second.
means it's level, which means it's curved.
Flat cannot be curved, Rumpus.
How surveyors treat it.
You're just going to say that, right?
Well, it's a fact. Read
What
a
do you mean
surveying
it's a
book.
You can't just say it's a
Read
fact.
a surveying book, you ignorant little moron.
Show us the surveying book.
I got a question for the rump derp, or
Rumpus.
the rumpus. Why use the word flat then at all?
Well, lots of words have multiple meanings, and we obviously could colloquially talk about sort of flat bench or something. We mean it's perfectly straight, but surveyors
Why not use smooth?
Well, because they want to describe
Why?
because a smooth. Be quiet. Stop you.
Why
rude
would
little twat.
surveyors
Stop being a rude
use
little twat.
a straight
I'm
thing
currently
as
in
a
conversation
curved?
with someone. Shut up,
You
you rude little obnoxious,
tit.
socially inadequate twat. So. When they talk, if you were to say
Rumpus,
smooth,
you're a
that wouldn't
Right, it's
necessarily.
nobody's bothered about
You could
telling
have-
Rumpus
you could
anything,
have
are
a
you?
smooth surface that jiggles around.
No.
So that's why they're not talking about smooth. When they talk about
Wow.
flat, they mean it's got the
Oh.
same
Machine gun
elevation.
tactic.
So when
Never
they talk
shuts
about
up.
flat, they
Keeps
mean it's
on
got the same
talking, never
elevation,
stop.
which means it's curved.
Nobody-
Can I just finish that point though? Flat. So remember, the Earth is incredibly flat. Tangent to a horizontal. Remember, the Earth is incredibly flat. Tangent to a horizontal. Remember, the Earth is incredibly flat. Tangent to a horizontal. Remember, the Earth is incredibly flat. Tangent to a horizontal. Flat.
And bam, there's the radius of the Earth.
Can get another word in. He never shuts
I
up.
hear you. I heard you though.
Bev, just if it feels obliged to interrupt anybody.
I feel like I just feel like
is we've pinned them back so
I
far,
understand.
they've got to claim this, guys. I'd like to see a surveying book older than 30 years.
Dude,
that says that.
why do you not just want to know the basic understanding of geometry?
I've got a surveying with a textbook, 6th edition of the one used in universities to teach
I've got a
people to
book,
get chartered surveyors.
and many
I can give you that.
many professions borrow language from the common language
Why?
to express terms, right? So I'll just give you an example, Rumpus. If I freeze your bank account, did I actually freeze it? No.
You're
If
just
I say you're
demonstrating
liquid, are you?
Yeah.
Do you have liquid assets?
Right, you're actually
so you're
making Rumpus's
demonstrating.
point.
You're demonstrating.
Dude.
Can I answer him? Can I answer? Please allow me to answer him.
You're giving examples of
Can I
Rumpus's
answer his?
point.
Can I answer the guy? Can I answer the guy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
You have word. You can go next. G. Yes, words have multiple meanings, and in surveying terms, they use the word flat to mean level. But you're absolutely right. Words have many. If you look up the word level in a dictionary,
Doesn't even
you'll
know
find
anything
about 15.
about geometry.
You will look about 15 different definitions, and many words have multiple definitions.
Right?
So if you talk about surveying, though, when they say flat, they mean level, which means curved. Go ahead, Mr. G.
So our forefathers who went coast to coast were wrong with their elevations.
No, they weren't. No, they were right.
No,
Absolutely right.
I'm not gonna do that.
Dude, can I just put in one thing, right? I think for everybody listening that's listening to Rumpus here, right? Don't listen to what he's saying, right? Learn geometry, the basic geometry. Right?
Either study geometry
he did
or
make
study
a valid
survey.
point that one of you guys did support, right? Like one of you guys just supported his point, being that words can be used colloquially.
Who the fuck
Yeah,
said that?
Okay,
Colloquially, like locally, right? Just to get a local word, right? Me and my family colloquially use the word flat to mean a football, right? So colloquially, a flat is a football, right?
Bumps along the tangent.
Well, you can say flat, if you want to.
Yeah, well, that's what Rumpus is saying.
Yeah,
Flat doesn't curve.
Surveyor, use
right?
the term
Geometrically,
Cut y'all's model. Y'all sure do need a lot of colloquials
geometrically,
lately.
right? A sphere is a non-developable surface within Gaussian curvature, within Gauss. You've heard of Gauss? He did maths. He did that, right? Now, a non-developable surface. You're not going to let me finish. Yeah, you keep going. Yeah, it's painful for you guys, right?
Do you know Gauss's theorem?
It's pretty obvious that these people aren't going to let me finish, right? Yes, I do know about Gauss. Yes, of course I do. This is right. Everybody listening, if you're not right, yeah, he's scared.
Protect the quiver of fear.
No, well, you're an
I don't
immoral.
think I've interrupted anyone.
Quite the
I got
opposite.
trampled over.
I'm only having to deal with Bev, and that's the easiest thing to eliminate.
Let Bev
talking over
Bev
us,
and Rumpus go, guys. Just let Bev and Rumpus go.
Yeah. Let them have a go, them two.
Rumpus won't shut the fuck up.
You are the interrupter, you wanker. I don't interrupt you unless you're being obnoxious. I let you actually speak, whereas you seem to specialise in being. I mean, you do this all the time to everybody. You interrupt. You're a rude little wanker. And you
Is
just
drop included in flat and level, Rumpus? Is there a drop
Definitely, right. Okay.
Is drop included in flat? Well,
right. Oh no, it's not me then, right?
Well, he asked me a question, but
yeah, he did.
Okay, you can answer if you want to. Someone asked me a question. I was just trying to answer them.
No, I was just trying to say you interrupted me, right?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Right. In Gaussian curvature, a sphere is a non-developable surface. Now that means it cannot be produced on a two-dimensional surface without distortion. A two-dimensional surface in geometry is called a plane. A plane is a flat surface of two dimensions.
Utterly wrong.
So what does that have to do with surveying?
It's got everything to do with geometry. This is
You're
what we're
wrong.
talking about. Rumpus has just curved a two-dimensional surface, right? Which is what is required for them to have their globe model, to fit it round a sphere. You cannot have a two-dimensional surface that wraps around a sphere.
Of course you
it's
can.
impossible.
What do you think the surface of a sphere is? What do you think the surface of a sphere is? That is
three-dimensional. It's three-dimensional.
No, because you can represent it with two coordinates. It's defined mathematically.
You can't represent it with two coordinates.
You can.
You're
represent
bullshitting, Rumpus. You haven't got a fucking clue what you're talking about.
You can represent every
what?
point
How?
on the surface.
What? Go on then.
Let me finish.
How?
You can let me finish. You can represent every point on the surface of a sphere with just two coordinates.
Go on.
Latitude and longitude.
There,
you just-
that's
and if you- and
a
if you can map- and if you can map
two-dimensional
with just
coordinate
if you can
system,
map
Rumpus.
every point
Two
on a surface with two
dimensions,
coordinates, and if you
latitude
can
and
represent-
longitude.
If you
One,
can represent
two.
every point
Only
with just
two, Rumpus.
with just 2 dimensions.
Yes, it's a
then
two-dimensional
then
coordinate
it
system.
is 2-dimensional.
On
But
a
the surface of
two-dimensional
sphere-
surface,
The
yes.
surface of a sphere is 2-dimensional
No.
because you can
The
represent
surface of a sphere is
every point.
three-dimensional, Rumpus.
You can represent every point on the surface of a sphere with
It
2
is.
coordinates.
Everyone
and
can
that's fine to
see
be
that a
two-dimensional.
surface
And
of a
if you knew
sphere
about
is three-dimensional.
And if you knew about
And if you
Gauss's
knew
theorem,
about it, you would
and if
know
you
that
knew
it
about
cannot be
Gauss's theorem-
produced on a two-dimensional
if you knew about
surface.
Gauss's theorems,
Actually,
he
I
had
think you guys do need
two-dimensional
a
surfaces
moderator.
which are curved. And for instance, to work out the charge and the flux, you use Gauss's
Charge
theorem,
and
that has an integral which you won't know what that is.
Geometry!
Two-dimensional.
Where's charge and
integral
flux in geometry, Rumpus?
surface of a
Talking
sphere,
shite.
and that encapsulates all the charge within it, and that's a 2-dimensional operation. And that
Charge.
surface is shaped around a sphere, but it's 2-dimensional. It's a surface integral. A surface is
shut
one
Rumpus up?
represented by just 2 coordinates, and you can do that on the surface of a sphere. You can represent every point on a football, for instance. You can represent with just 2 coordinates, and that makes it 2-dimensional.
How do you do that, Rumpus?
Yeah, but how do you do that on the mountain?
Get a football then. Get a football, and I can then say
It lays where it lays.
So give you a foot. This is a spherical football, as in non-American.
It's like a football, yes. A ball.
So listen, yes. So with that, I
Listen.
can give you 2 coordinates, and I can map every point on that ball with just using 2 coordinates. I don't-
How? Rumpus, stop saying it. Show us. How?
You don't think that I can
How?
describe all the points on the surface of a
Show.
ball?
Show us.
Do you not understand longitude, latitude?
Exactly.
Two-dimensional coordinate system. Yes.
Right. So there we
Yeah.
go. On a
That means
sphere, I can
two-dimensional.
represent-
It's a
How does
two
that address
dimensions.
elevation?
I can
How
represent
does it address
every
elevation?
with
That
2
lays where it lays.
I can represent every point on the surface of a football with 2 coordinates. That means that's
How
it's a
does it address
Two-dimensional.
elevation?
Yes, exactly. Right, so you've agreed. It's 2-dimensional. So the surface of a sphere is 2-dimensional. Well
No,
done.
a surface of a sphere is an undevelopable surface. It means it cannot be produced on a two-dimensional surface without distortion.
You've misunderstood that. Do you think
No,
I
I
can
haven't misunderstood it at all. Anybody can go and look it up now. Look up Gaussian curvature.
I can represent every
Do
point
you
on
want me to find it for you? In fact, I'll do it for you.
Can I ask you the question? Can I represent every point on the surface of a football with just 2 coordinates? Yes or no?
No, you can't.
Oh my God. There we go.
You can.
He doesn't understand latitude and longitude. The guy's a moron.
Rumpus, show us how you can represent every point on a football right now with 2 coordinates. Go on, go, do it, do it,
It's simple.
Do
It's
it.
too simple.
do it. You as well, Howard. You help him.
Don't need latitude and longitude.
Come on, let's do it.
All you need is
Show
2
us.
angles at every point. Well, don't-
Maybe Howard can show us how to do it.
It's simple. You get a
Go on, then.
latitude and longitude, and that represents a point on the
Yeah,
sphere.
go on then. Show
It's
us.
difficult.
Show us, guys.
Why do you need to be shown something that simple?
Draw it on a piece of paper, Howard.
Draw on a
piece
ball
of paper,
all
draw it.
lines of latitude and longitude, can't I? And therefore, I could describe every point on
You
a ball.
can't represent the
latitude and
points
longitude.
in orientation to one another. You have no idea what the elevation is. All you have is a coordinates. Bullshit.
As far as elevation, it lays where it lays. It doesn't matter.
Go on, just show us. Get us a football, put a point on it, and tell us with 2 dimensions, 2 coordinates, tell us where that point is on the ball.
I'm telling you, but you won't listen. Imagine covering your football with lines
Imagine.
of longitude. Listen, try not
Hey,
to.
Rumpus, instead of going full football, let's just draw 2 dots on a piece of paper and tell me which one is closer to me and which one is further away from me, right? Just
Longitude,
draw those
latitude
2
on a
dots.
football, and then I can
points.
describe every point on that football with just those 2
Do
latitude.
you do it?
Which dot
You
is
do
closer
it.
to me or further away? Which
Do
one,
it.
Rumpus?
That speaks volumes. If you could do longitude, latitude on a fucking football, then that shows you, man. They can fucking make anything in the fucking longitude, latitude.
But Brian, surely you can see. I mean, Brian. I think you're brighter than Bev. Surely you can
Right.
see. If I draw that grid of latitude and longitude line on a football, I can describe
He's
every
got more experience in surveying than I have, I think.
with
Right,
just 2
right.
coordinates.
Have you ever
how many
surveyed a
years?
light, Rumpus?
Brian, if I can describe it
Brian
with
has.
2 numbers,
How
that
much?
makes the surface
Rumpus
2-dimensional.
has read 1 book, I think.
Good boy.
Yeah, he's read a book.
How many have you done?
Rumpus.
How many have you done,
Rumpus.
Bri?
You haven't read any
Might have
book.
flipped
Zero.
Maybe
You've not read any books.
I ain't never read a book, man. I'm trying to use common sense.
What about
me and
surveying,
Buck
then?
definitely have more common sense than you, Rumpus.
You're surveying.
Brian's been a surveyor for like 30
locally,
years.
Locally, yeah. Locally,
Locally surveying.
32.
32 years.
Oh, is that Jeremy? Is someone trying to talk to me? Oh, Jeremy.
Yeah. Pretend
shout out
I
to
got a soccer ball. Pretend I got a soccer ball in my hand, right?
Yeah.
And,
You do.
and let's just take the surface of it. So I'm still holding this in my hand.
Yep.
Right? I got the surface of this soccer ball in my hand.
Yep.
We got length and width, right? And it has height.
You've peeled it, have you? Sorry.
Does it have length? Yeah, we got the surface of it. It's all peeled, but it's in a circle. It's a surface of a sphere. So I'm holding it. It's the shape of a basketball. It's the shape of a basketball or a soccer ball. It's in my hand.
Three-dimensional.
Yeah, okay, great.
It's got length, width, and no height.
Well, no, but the way you would describe the surface is with lines of latitude and longitude. That's how you describe it. And
Does it exist in three-dimensional space?
It does indeed. But the point is, you can describe
so it's 3D.
Hold on, no, but you can describe the surface with just 2 dimensions, and that makes it mathematical.
Means it's a
I see what
plane.
you're saying, yeah, for sure. It's easy.
Oh,
I've just put it in the general chat for you if anybody wants to check.
You're always on the outside of it.
Explanation of how it exists on a flat piece of paper in 3D.
That makes sense. In mathematics, when talking about manifolds,
Do you want to check that in the general
we just
chat?
talk about
everyone?
it as, think of it as dropping a fishing net over the surface.
Right. So conceptually,
it still can be described, but it isn't necessarily.
It is necessarily. You only need 2 coordinates. It's 2 dimensions.
Hey, look, guys. Expert.
Instead of a fishing net, George, you could drop the fabric of space.
No, I mean, like you said, it's
Couldn't you?
not necessarily a 2-dimensional object, but you can just
No, it is. It only has 2
The
coordinates.
surface is, yes.
Graham's got it.
How many dimensions do you need to describe it? If it only needs 2 dimensions, then it is a
You
two-dimensional
might
surface.
have to draw this.
It's got a problem though, Rumpus, because
Hold on.
look, it says it in the chat there. Have a look.
That's a good citation, Bev. Bev, I love. That's a good citation right there. I like
Geometry,
that.
geometry kills them. I'm telling you. Don't know why you're giving it up. Why you letting Rumpus just walk all over you, tell you a load of shite.
You've never read a book on surveying, Bev. You do not.
I've got a surveying qualification, Rumpus.
You obviously didn't involve reading a book on it then, because you know nothing
It
about
involved doing 2 years.
Well, obviously you didn't read a book. Obviously they didn't have a textbook for you. You obviously just got
Rumpus.
outside.
Rumpus.
Draw 2 points on it. And which one is closer to me and which one is further away?
You've only ever looked through a theory. You've never done any theory, clearly.
Wait. So, Bev, you did 2 years of focused survey study at college level?
I did 2 years on a building construction where I did everything to do with building construction. Yeah.
Didn't ever read any theory. Brilliant.
Not everything.
Rumpus,
you obviously didn't study
what
any theory.
the fuck are you talking about?
You don't know any surveying theory at all. You don't even know.
Theory. Surveying theory. What the fuck?
Theodolite are
Rumpus, how the fuck do you get a qualification from college in something without doing any theory?
You have to question
You tit.
We have to question your credentials, I'm afraid.
You always question everything. You question whether straight lines can be curved. You just recently stated that a flat surface is curved.
It's surveying terms.
Because you're a moron, Rumpus.
Jeremy,
You're a moron.
Many meanings, and they're one of the meanings used in surveying means to be level, which is curved.
Yes.
Borrowed from the
You go back. You guys
to
are fucking ridiculous.
In any show you
That
show
just
up,
stomps
and
all
manage
over you
to
guys.
destroy it.
Just like frozen assets or liquid
Do you
assets.
realize how moronic it sounds to say level is curved?
Well, to you, because you're
He
more.
doesn't.
Do you realize how
doesn't.
stupid that sounds?
You sound very, very stupid to us. I mean, to us, you're so stupid you don't realize how stupid
Rumpus.
ignorant you are.
Rumpus.
Whereas I appreciate
Rumpus,
this.
stop talking to people like that. Rumpus.
Obnoxious twat speaking.
Yeah.
But the trouble
You
is,
are,
you
yes. You should
read
stop
any
talking to
surveying
people like that.
And if you read any book on this subject, Montreal, you would begin to understand it. I can give you a PDF file that is a textbook that's used by surveyors as part of their you probably have difficulty understanding it. But
you do it practical though, right? Surveying is practical.
Says that in the book, but can you believe that curved is level?
I've got on screen.
Use your brain,
Is that used by local
God gave you
surveyors?
brain.
I already debunked the surveying
I've got
books.
on screen is from that book.
It is questionable, guys. I mean, the reason they use that language in the first place is I don't
you can see the level line there
I
is
already debunked the surveying books.
Yeah, I've proved that level is horizontal. I've proved it.
So stupid. He's so Dunning-Kruger afflicted there. He
But
must
he's
get
debunked all the surveying books.
I've proved that level is horizontal.
So overdosed on Dunning-Kruger, Travis doesn't know what to do with himself. It is
Rumpus, tonight when you're going to sleep, I want you to
Is that
repeat.
what I heard?
Level is curved. Level is curved.
Yes, that's right, George.
Level is curved.
That is correct, George.
What is correct, George?
It's incredible. I need to go to bed.
A professor emeritus job over at MIT.
What did you say, George? Sorry?
George, pick those names up you just dropped.
I couldn't. Sorry, I didn't hear you, George. What was that you just said? Rumpus is bailed.
I said Travis should apply for a professor emeritus job over at MIT. He's debunked all the surveying texts.
Oh. Well, I'll help him because I've got a proof that level is horizontal.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah. Yeah, do you want to see it, George?
That's rich.
Do you want to see
Why don't you come by
the
and
proof?
talk, George?
Oh, please. Show us.
You do? You want to see it?
Yeah, please, show me.
Okay.
He's scared.
Are you ready? Because it's quite... I mean, it might take a bit. Are you sure you're ready for it?
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Let me see.
Okay, right. We'll start off with the fundamentals.
Oh, this is going to be a lesson?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a proof, right? We have to start at the beginning, don't we? Just to make sure that you're along with us for the ride. Just that you're with us. Everybody, right? Not just you.
Take them to,
everybody here.
Take us to school, Bev.
Okay.
Take us to school.
First one. Straight lines don't curve. Everyone agreed? Should be pretty simple.
Yes. Yes.
In the geometry book.
Straight lines do not curve anywhere, right? In reality, in any sort of way, if it curves, it's not straight.
What about
Roger
spherical
Wilco?
geometry?
Right?
Roger.
Well done.
Roger.
What about spherical geometry?
What do you mean?
It's a curve.
That's a curve, you dickhead. It's not straight.
Don't call
Pretty
me a
simple.
dickhead.
Okay, listen,
but it's
listen.
not-
In
You
Euclidean
gotta
geometry,
move
you're
into the
correct.
slow lane, Howard. Move into the slow lane. You're no longer
I'm in the right
left
lane.
Okay,
I'm
I'm on to the next one.
That's
I'm on to
where
the
you
next
belong.
one.
You actually belong in the truck parking lot.
The next
Okay.
one actually proves the
Be
first
driving.
one. Okay, so
It'd be
we'll
hard to
shift on to the
4,000
next
miles
one.
a week to parking lot.
Perpendicular is the relationship of two straight lines to one another, right?
In
Right
Euclidean
angles
geometry?
two straight lines cause right angles. All right angles are equal. That means the two lines have to be straight to be in that relationship. So perpendicular is the relationship of two straight lines to one another, two right lines with the relationship of a right angle in between them, right? Everyone goes along with that. Got to be two straight lines. You can't be curved. Cannot be curved. Otherwise, those right angles won't be right angles. Agreed?
In Euclidean
Anybody
geometry?
disagree with that?
No, that's the
Means that
definition
In
of
Euclidean space?
perpendicular and
You
straight.
can't have two circles
In Euclidean
perpendicular to
space,
each
I
other.
Right, okay, so, okay. What we're going to go with here is the meaning of the word straight being straight with no curve, and the meaning of perpendicular meaning two straight lines in equal opposition to each other making right angles, okay?
In Euclidean plane
Who
geometry?
keeps saying
yes.
that?
Yeah.
In reality.
In reality.
In Euclidean
In
plane geometry.
reality.
Ignore
this guy, Bev. He's
Yes,
just
can
a-
somebody mute him then? Shut him up because he's
Montreal,
stopping
you're
us
back from
down.
your spanking. How are you? Do you have a picture of the space station?
Yeah, this is painful for you guys. We know.
Listening to Paid wants me to kick. Makes me want to
hold
kick
on.
puppies.
Please,
Bev,
I
got
you. Bev is trying to do
Listen, I don't
something.
remember a lot
Control
from high
yourself.
school, but I remember orthogonal
stay on
circles,
track?
right? Remember those?
I thought we were
orthogonal
studying
circles.
the shape of the
Aren't
Earth.
they perpendicular circles to each other?
Who's a dumbass with a white hat?
Yes. Yeah.
What am I doing?
Curved lines can be
What the fuck am I listening
perpendicular
to?
or orthogonal to one another because
The
there's
straight
tangents
lines.
at the point
Thank
of
you, George.
intersection
Thank you very
are
much. A plumb bob is a
perpendicular
tool
or
for
orthogonal.
establishing a vertical.
Okay.
We can agree with you there.
Okay.
I'm not the smartest motherfucker.
That's
in
an
the
easy
world.
one.
Why don't you shut up?
Well
White
done.
hat,
Somebody's
shut up.
blowing smoke up my ass.
Yeah, why don't
Just
you go?
saying.
Yeah.
Everyone okay with that?
Anyway.
I didn't hear what you said, Bev. Say it again.
It's in the chat there. A plumb bob establishes a vertical. It's a tool,
Absolutely,
a plumb
yeah.
bob.
I
Yeah,
agree with that.
everyone. A level is a
100%.
tool for establishing a horizontal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
level.
yeah,
Yep.
that's
Yep.
good. Yeah, we're having that in reality, and
We're there.
yeah. Okay, I'm just
Are
struggling
all
to
plumb
find
bobs
this.
Nope.
And
problem.
next one.
They're all perpendicular,
Level
but they don't
and
all seem to
plumb
be-
are perpendicular.
No,
Two
this is
straight
incorrect.
lines in relationship to one another.
No, this is incorrect.
What do you mean it's incorrect?
It's
Vertical and
incorrect.
horizontal are
Nope, sorry.
perpendicular.
On the globe, they're not. Sorry.
We need to know why it's incorrect.
Level
Okay.
is not. Level is
Why
Wait, wait.
is it
All
incorrect?
plumb bobs are not parallel.
Who said
Plumb bob
parallel?
will
Just
orient
vertical.
itself to gravity.
Look, whoa.
Plumb bobs will orient themselves to gravity.
Okay, but
What
what we've
version of-
just said, look at the steps
fuck
we've just
does
been
gravity
through,
come from?
right? Don't bring shit
this
that
is
we're not
incorrect.
is involved in it.
This is incorrect.
And
All plumb bobs are not always. No, this is
a
incorrect.
plumb bob is a vertical, and
They're
a
not
level
always
is
parallel.
horizontal, and
not all-
vertical and horizontal are perpendicular. What is wrong
Locally.
with that?
Locally.
But
You're
you
thinking
are
on-
agreeing with
you're
it,
thinking
though.
on a- you're
Right?
thinking
We're
on a
agreeing with
plane.
it?
You're thinking of a flat plane.
On a
Yeah,
local
okay.
level,
Ignore
yes.
Shill. I
This
told you
sounds
he's an
great.
idiot.
Oh,
Continue,
Montreal,
bro.
go
Continue.
take some more pictures of the space station on your
You
phone.
stupid idiot. Shut up. He's trying to say something.
So that's true, Bev. On any
Who's that
spherical
stupid motherfucker?
object, level, or vertical and horizontal are perpendicular at a point. on
Okay,
that
well
surface.
that's all I'm asking for, right? I'm just saying, do you agree with it or do you not
No.
agree with it?
Not
Who
this one, no.
who doesn't
agree
agree
that
with
they
vertical
level-
and
I
horizontal?
agree
Can we
that
get that on? Who is it?
vertical and horizontal
George, I'm
are
not. You're not the
perpendicular.
one that
Yes.
said that. I'm not asking you now. Who disagrees with level and horizontal and vertical not being perpendicular? Who was that?
I disagree with it because
Paid
the
NASA
because
shield.
a
Thank you
plumb
very
bob
much.
will
Forget
You're
orient
down
itself to
as the guy
gravity.
that doesn't think level, vertical and horizontal are
Because
perpendicular.
plumb bobs
Okay.
orient themselves
So
to
what
gravity.
are they then? What are they if they're not perpendicular?
They orient
Yeah, that
plumb
was the
bobs
question,
orient themselves
Brad.
to the
Let him
down
finish.
on the gravity. Oh,
Right,
who's
okay,
this?
right.
This is
Like,
Rocky
okay.
again.
That's he gone. Right. NASA Shield, you're out for a
Well,
bit.
the problem is
Because I
is
disagree
you
with you,
tapped
right?
out
Okay.
at
Say it again now.
Shills,
level
the
and
issue
thing.
is
I disagree with you, therefore I have to
Okay,
be
we
silent.
know
I
that,
love it.
Shills. You disagree with him now. Shut the
Yeah,
fuck
we
up.
get the idea that you disagree. Next one. There's going to be loads more disagreeing now, right? You're going to jump on with this one. A water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference. A horizontal
that's wrong.
plane.
That's
Wow. Check it out.
That's bullshit, Bev.
One up.
Again, this is
Oh, you know
gravity.
that's bullshit, Bev.
A water
Explain
level
why-
is a tool for establishing a
100
horizontal
fucking
plane of
times
reference.
Why you're wrong.
All they can do is rumpus you. It's
Mhm.
ridiculous.
We've explained to you 100 times why you're wrong about this, Bev.
Okay,
don't
wait.
say
Now,
it
so,
again. You've
okay,
already
I've
said it
got...
100
Look,
times.
Shout out to
All right.
MIDI-HC.
okay, so we've got the ones, the guys that say that it's not. How many people agree with me that a water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference?
Oh,
Here,
absolutely. No question.
Here.
Nope,
Right,
not on the
okay.
globe. It's not.
So-
Sorry, maybe in Narnia it is, but not here.
Well, we know. Okay, so there's some people that disagree and there's some people that agree, right? But it's a bit unfortunate for the people that disagree because it's a true statement. It's a
not a
fact.
true
It's a
statement.
proven
Not-
fact
not on the
that
globe, it's not.
water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference.
Not
Now, we've got the
on
next
a local
one.
level, perhaps.
The next one is a logical
Hey.
statement.
How about you just let him finish?
He can't.
All horizontals are parallel to the plane of the horizon.
No.
Yes.
All
You disagree with
horizontal
Rumpus?
to the plane of the
You disagree with Rumpus?
Demonstrably true.
That's true as well.
Rumpus said it's
I've
true.
got a
All
good for Brian.
horizontal-
Brian's giving us a good.
All horizontals. I mean, where are these horizontals? All horizontals
Yep.
are
Parallel
no.
to the plane of the horizon, yes.
Howard, pull over to the
I feel
shoulder,
like that's a
Howard.
broken-
Stop
The plane
driving
of
that
the
road, pull over to
horizon?
the shoulder.
I think that's a broken statement.
The
Do you?
plane of the
Everything
horizon?
he said is easily demonstrated. Everything he said so far is easily
How about
demonstrated.
if I was to say, because we had this, Gently went with this the other day. He said it was okay. He liked it. Said it was good. What about if I say straight lines which are parallel to the same straight line are parallel to each other? Would you agree with
Necessarily.
that
I say
statement?
necessarily. Yeah, necessarily true.
Absolutely, provably so, I would say. What about everybody else? What about the people who disagreed with the all horizontals being parallel to the plane of the horizon? What about that? If I say straight lines which are parallel to the same straight line are parallel to each other, what about that? Would you agree?
Of course.
Oh, brilliant.
Sort of redundant.
So, is a horizontal a straight line?
A horizontal plane.
Yes.
straight line.
Okay.
Yeah.
A horizontal is brilliant. So that is a straight line. Now, is the horizon a straight line?
No. Nope.
Oh.
No.
Wow.
So you got left to right curvature in your
So
horizon?
you
Yep.
can't
Every single
have
time, Jeremy, all the
horizontals being
Every-
parallel with the horizon then,
Every
right?
horizon ever.
Because you can't have a straight line being parallel to a curved line. So there is
You never
no
check the
possible
horizon.
way that
It's a
you
straight line.
guys can ever have horizontals being parallel to the has anybody ever looked up the mathematical definition of horizontal? Anyone?
Have you ever looked up the mathematical definition of level, Bev?
Is there one?
Yeah, there is.
There
Yeah,
is
it's based on
definitely a
a false
mathematical
It's
definition of
based on a false
horizontal.
premise.
When you start out with bad logic.
Which one?
Bev,
Which bad
Your,
logic?
Yeah, that's
He's
what
an-
we're
he's an
saying.
expert
Yeah,
on
that's what
horizon
I'm pointing
is
out
a
about you.
fucking
I'm
straight
pointing out
line. It's
about.
not.
I'm pointing
Show me
out
how
your
and
premise
it all
starts
it all
out
plumb
with a
bobs are
false
parallel,
premise.
right?
Your major premise is fallacious. Therefore,
You start off with all
it doesn't
plumb bobs
matter
are
what your
parallel.
textbook says
No, I
level is or
started off with a
flat
straight
is.
line. You just
Did you
watched what I did. I started off. I want you to come with us. Started
What
off with
did
a straight line.
Didn't I start
When-
disagreeing with
and
the plumb bobs?
when someone rejects one of your
Plumb bob
premises,
being
you
vertical.
don't just keep going. You have to go at that premise until you agree on that premise.
What
Your
premise?
premise that the horizon is a straight line is false.
No,
Therefore, we
that's
have
the
to
other one.
get
No,
past
somebody
that
else wanted to
premise
go back to the
before we
plumb
move
line
onwards.
first.
We have to get past that before we move onwards, Bev.
Okay,
That
right.
is
Well,
not
somebody
what we're
else
doing.
wants to
It's
go back to the
conversation.
plumb line. Somebody
go back
else
to the
wants
plumb
to
line.
say that verticals and horizontals aren't perpendicular. Fight the Flat Earth wanted to
Not
bend a
universally
straight line.
perpendicular, no.
I mean, where
They're
does
not
it
universally
end?
perpendicular.
Where does it
I don't
end?
care what he.
Right. Okay then. Who has the problem with a plumb bob?
I have a problem with the plumb bob.
I'll get the meme up then that you had a problem with. That was the one in the statement, right?
They might need the whiteboard, Bev. This might be easier for them if you get the whiteboard out.
Yeah, the Discord's
Okay,
being
one-
absolutely crazy when you switch your camera on.
Do you have flannel graph, Bev? Flannel graph might work.
What's that?
That's an old school Sunday school teaching where they had these like felt cloth
Sticky
characters.
letters.
No.
And you could put them up on the board. And,
No, I mean this is pretty much simple, right? Okay, so go back to the other one. Plumb bob establishes vertical.
That's correct.
What was your problem?
Not a problem with that one.
Gravity.
Right, let's carry on then. Who was the next one that had a problem with another one?
We'll keep going forward. There was another one. The 2, 3, forward. You said all plumb bobs are perpendicular to.
Oh, horizontals are parallel to the horizon, the plane of the horizon. That's what you had a problem with.
No, he doesn't mean that one. I think he means this one. Level and plumb are
Yes,
perpendicular.
that's correct. That's not true.
That's not true.
No, because plumb bobs will orient themselves to the Gravitational field.
That's
Vertical.
100 times you said that.
Can you show me this gravitational
listen,
field?
dude. No,
Well,
no.
hold on a second. I'm going to show you guys. Hold on a second.
We
Hold on a
went
second. Listen.
through. We just
Listen, hold on a
said
second.
earlier, right?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
What it was level is horizontal and plumb is vertical, right?
But your problem is that vertical is not. Vertical is in the pull of the gravitational field, which is basically from your head to your feet.
Perpendicular.
So
yeah.
No, it's not. It's exactly how the plumb bob works.
Well,
it
how,
orients
go on,
itself
then.
to the local
Tell me.
gravity. Well,
yeah, it orientates
Best
itself
to say
how?
that a plumb defines vertical. Vertical
Yes.
does
That's
not
correct.
define
Okay.
plumb.
Is it perpendicular to horizontal, and is a level a tool for establishing a horizontal?
At that point, yes.
Okay, so you don't have a problem with it then?
Yes, I do, because not all plumb bobs are perpendicular to each other. Not all plumb bobs are parallel.
Look, the plumb bob that you are going to use, the plumb bob that you are talking about,
so you're in England, right?
Is a vertical, is it?
Yeah, it is a vertical.
Right.
It's
So
my vertical.
At
Your vertical's
that
gonna be
point,
different.
then, where it is a perpendicular straight line, and then the horizontal is another straight line in the perpendicular relationship to that plumb bob.
Right. So the next one, the next plumb bob that you have up the line, it will not be perpendicular to your level, because the gravity.
It will be perpendicular to horizontal.
Don't you think it's about time to change
on.
the tape? You've been on this.
No,
for
we've
6
just
months.
agreed with
it's
me.
the same damn thing.
No, the guys in Australia.
You've just agreed
You're
with
like a
me.
guy that has an 8-track tapes player in his car.
Okay,
with
well,
only
you're the
one
ones
tape.
that have got a problem with
until you
something,
get it through
and
your
then
nose.
when we
No,
get
no,
there, you
understanding
don't
that-
have a problem with it.
He's
You
on
have
a
a problem that
globe.
the plumb bob orients itself to the gravity well.
I'm on a globe, so
George
I believe
agreed
my
with
plumb
this.
bobs aren't parallel.
Just
George
a
is
plumb bob.
Talking
Just a
locally,
plumb
then.
bob. Is it vertical and is it perpendicular to the... Right, well, that's okay.
To what-
now, what
to
was
what-
the next one that anybody had a problem with? Because you don't
so
seem
you're
to have a
going to hand
problem
wave this
with
one
that.
away?
Hand wave what away?
Hand wave the fact that not all verticals are the
Was
same.
that in any of the statements that I made?
Yeah, right here. You're showing two verticals
you're
being perpendicular to each other. That's
inferring-
incorrect.
You're inferring, right, that...
You're saying
what?
You're saying that level and plumb are always perpendicular. That is false.
They're always perpendicular.
To a no, but you're showing two different plumb bobs there. One's upside down, by the way. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Level and plumb are always perpendicular
See?
at the same point.
Thanks,
Okay,
George.
that's one
Well done.
point, yes.
Right, so we are then. Does it
But not
say?
the next one.
Does it
He's showing
say?
two different-
Does
two
it
different
say
verticals.
there
Shut up.
that they have to be at different points or at the same point or anything, or does it just say level and plumb are always perpendicular? I'm not. I'm not getting you to agree on anything other than the statement that's there.
They're not always parallel unless you
Yeah,
go
they are.
locally.
They're always
Didn't say
perpendicular.
parallel.
Level and
It
plumb are
says
always
perpendicular.
when they intersect at a point. But at different
At
points,
every single
those
point.
local plumb
Right.
vertical and
You
horizontal
can
also
rewrite this,
intersect
George,
at
however
right
you
angles,
want. I
but
wanted
they
to
are
keep
not
this simple,
parallel to
right?
Yeah, you
previous.
can't prove that, George. You cannot prove that.
I will.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
thanks.
No,
that.
you can.
I
You wanna
only
put money
wanted
on
to
it?
stick to
I'll
stuff
put
I
money
can
on it,
prove.
George, I'll put $500 on it. You cannot prove what you just claimed. Go, do it. You want to dance? $500, George.
That's his life
Fair
saving.
enough.
Getting late,
Do it
guys.
tomorrow
Can
night.
we?
You take that challenge?
Oh, certainly.
Okay.
Wait, what I mean?
Okay.
What I mean?
Listen, hold on. Make sure you have documentation of everything, because I don't. If you're going to start making claims and moving the goalposts and whatnot, then it's off. Okay. You have a simple claim that you need to physically, empirically, scientifically, repeatedly. That is, you have to physically demonstrate this. Don't show me this. Don't show me this shit on a piece of paper and show me math. I want you to demonstrate this physically. Do you take this challenge?
You better start writing a check, George.
What is the challenge?
Okay, hold on, left lane. George, do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Well, that'd take a lot longer to do because
Yep.
then
Okay, George, do you understand?
If you want a
George,
physical
my question
demonstration,
was, do you understand what I said?
yes, I said.
Okay.
In
Do
order
you take
to
that
demonstrate,
challenge?
oh, shut the fuck up!
Do you take
I
the challenge?
Oh, forget it. Forget it.
So you know. Okay, thanks, George.
What was the challenge?
The
George's
challenge
challenge.
was the challenge was for him to prove his claim.
Which what?
George, you want to restate your claim so I don't butcher it?
I think it was a result of me saying that level and
I'm
plumb
too busy to deal
are
with this nonsense.
perpendicular.
I just got this plane in the background.
George, would you like to restate? George, would you like to restate your claim for right lane so that he can understand what my my bet was?
Use something else, Travis.
Right? Shout out
I'm
to,
actually in the left lane now.
Shout out to right lane. Yeah, you should be on the shoulder, my friend.
Jay, he's not paying attention. You'll have to repeat it again.
Yeah.
Bev was dropping gems on us. Keep it going, Bev.
Okay.
What else you got?
Who somebody want to take over because George is tapped out. Rumpus is tapped out. George is tapped out. Who's taking over? Who's got the problem with any of these
Paid
ones?
Master Shields. Here we go, right? Paid Master Shields.
Yeah, come on, guys. Who's next?
So hard to say.
Actually, Bev, I'm not passed out.
Okay.
I have no interest in
I said
talking to you.
I said tapped
because
out. You tapped
several
out.
months
He didn't
ago,
say passed
you
out. He did
tapped
not
out.
say passed out, George. He did not say passed out.
Oh, shut
He
up.
said-
I'm talking to Bev. Answer me this, Bev. A
Obfuscating.
few months ago, you and I were on McToon, and you agreed with McToon and I that you would hire a professional surveyor to lay
It's
out
McToon and
a
me.
straight
You
line along your
agreed with
canal.
McToon
Have
and
you
me,
done that?
Not McToon
Have
and
you
George,
I.
done
what
that?
was your
Work
claim, George?
grammatically.
I didn't get your claim. I didn't
Have
hear your
you
claim.
done that yet?
What was your claim, George?
George,
what was your
Have
claim? I
you
didn't-
hired a surveyor to lay out a
qualified
straight line
surveyor,
along your
yeah.
canal so you can compare the straight line to the surface of your canal? You promised to do that.
Is that the one that what was it? Who was he called? That other guy.
Was on McToon's show.
The main surveyor.
Oh, that guy, the one that didn't manage to price it up, that let McToon price up, marking two posts, £3,600. Were you there when he was pricing that up, George?
Answer the question, George.
I asked you a simple question. You promised
Were
to hire a
were
surveyor
you
to
there
lay out
when he priced that
along your
up?
canal. Have you done that?
We're just sort of working out. I think we might need a GoFundMe to get those sort of prices out for somebody to make two marks on two posts. 3,600. Yeah, there was a day. There was a day of calculations. A day of calculations, dudes. McToon, were you there, George? Were you there? Because
you do it.
The guy that lives in Maine that definitely isn't a surveyor, right? He didn't help
We're not
McToon.
talking about the main surveyor. We're not talking
He's
about
not a surveyor.
anyone except you.
Don't misrepresent
where
him
you
like
had
that.
Agreed and promised to hire a surveyor.
I couldn't find one that's good enough that costs £3,600.
All right,
George, you've already
So
called
the
every
answer
surveyor
is
in
no.
his
Okay.
town.
Too expensive
You've already
to
called
measure
every
the
one of
globe,
them.
isn't
I
it?
have no interest in talking to you.
George
and
has
putting
George
those
has
lines
no
on the
interest in making
posts,
$500.
George.
It's a quick 500, George. Come on, man.
Right, so he said, I think George said you wanted to get the airfare to come over and you'd do it, didn't you, or something? You said you'd come over and have a look if yeah.
Join us is what he said. Right?
Yeah. Right. So
Once you got the
okay,
lane-
can we go
once you
back
got
to the
line
can
laid
we
out, I'm
can
not
we
gonna
go
come
back
out
to
and
the
lay the line
problems that
for
you
you
guys have
because
got
you would not accept what I do.
than the fact
Now,
that you just
Bev,
haven't got a
quit
clue about what you're
weaseling
talking
out, Bev.
about?
Quit weaseling out.
Yeah, George, we're
All
here
you are is a
tonight.
weasel.
It's 2:00 in the morning, and we're going through 7 basic, provable,
projecting, George.
demonstrable facts. Right? Now we
Never
got
mind.
over the
Don't ever
level
address
and
me
plumb
again.
and level
Don't ever
being.
address me, Bev,
Well,
until
don't
you
talk
get
to me
that
then,
line
George.
straight.
Just don't
Yeah,
talk.
until you
just
get that
stop,
straight line
George. Shut,
laid
zip,
out
zip,
by a professional surveyor,
zip,
I have
George.
no interest
And I won't
in
need to talk to
engaging
you ever again. Just shut. Shush. Yeah, that's it. Tap out right now. Who's next? Howard.
Paid NASA shills. PNS. Paid NASA shills.
Howard, what
for
about
sure.
you? You've been very
I
active.
do not want to listen to paid NASA shills. I do not want to.
No, I don't want to listen to him. I want Howard. I can remember Howard telling me he was a surveyor.
Yeah.
You're a surveyor, right, George? Howard?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah, you were
you
on
didn't.
Twitter ages ago. You were a surveyor.
PNS, and then just say pianist. Pianist. Right? So go ahead, pianist. What's your...
No, you mean penis.
Yeah. Well, hey.
Why do you want to listen to him, man?
Yeah, what's going on?
I just wanted to
We
make
did this
that
last
joke
time,
guys.
man, as well.
That's funny as shit.
Yeah.
PNS.
Ridiculous.
There we go.
No,
So,
I
pianist.
need to
Pianist.
I
Go
need
ahead.
to address.
What's your
Why
argument,
listen to that guy?
pianist?
I need
Why
to
listen to
address
that
my
guy?
brother.
Why do you want to
PNS.
hear Glover talk?
I just want to call him PNS. That's all.
Oh, man, you're trying to get the Glover a voice here, man.
It's
What are you?
okay, Clary. It was just a joke. Relax.
Do you not want?
Yeah,
do you
everything's
not want
okay.
anyone to hear these problems that people have?
You mean penis argument? Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
Come on, Howard.
Yeah, no, I never ever have claimed to be a surveyor.
Oh, right.
I don't know
okay.
what you're talking about.
Must have been another Howard Moore then that I remember saying that was a surveyor. So you've
yeah,
got
it
no
must absolutely
experience.
been.
You've got no experience in surveying then.
Not other than my college in ag engineering, where we laid out the Ned-Ray McWhorter complex at UT Martin.
Brilliant. Okay, so where were we getting through those points? We got to the perpendicular. You're all right with that, are you?
Perpendicular.
Yeah.
What, a plumb bob and a horizontal being perpendicular?
Yep. Yeah, a vertical and a horizontal, or a plumb bob and a level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, level curved. Level curved.
Plumb bob established is vertical.
Oh,
Right.
What?
Aaron, let him go.
How?
Aaron, my
Aaron, you want to go that, right? Because they can't be perpendicular, because we just explained earlier that perpendicular is a relationship of two straight lines. So level can't be horizontal. That's when you should have gone up earlier, Aaron, and said that you didn't think level was horizontal. Are you okay with that now, Aaron, or you want to go on that you don't think level is horizontal?
Oh, I'm Aaron. You're talking to Howard.
No, you were the one that said level was curved. Just.
No. Rumpus
yes,
said
that's why I'm talking to you right now, Howard. Aaron.
Okay.
Everything he says is a joke. He's not.
Yeah, I
serious
know.
about anything.
I'm just pointing out that he's not helping here at all.
Hold on, Bev. Gee whiz. That
He's
comment
helping the
was
Glovers.
only because you said level and flat, and I wanted to throw in, hold on, there's a stipulation because Howard thinks level is curved, right? So I
No,
just threw
he
that in there,
he
that's all.
let Howard say that, right? Because he just said
But he won't
earlier
say-
that level was horizontal.
His leaders will say that, Rumpus.
But well, then he got it wrong. Are you correcting him, Howard? Are you sure you want to let Aaron talk for you, or do
He
you
ain't
want?
talking for
Is
me.
he correcting you?
I'm not talking for Howard. I'm talking for Howard's, the people behind him.
He's speaking for the Globe, Aaron.
Yeah. Well done, Aaron.
For the Globe.
Yeah.
Aaron is speaking for
You
all
keep the
Globe
voice
people.
out
guys,
there.
relax,
Keep it
dude,
going.
Shout out to Aaron.
Yeah. What about Howard? Can we backtrack then, just to make sure that your paymasters that Aaron's just reminded you of, is it okay that level is horizontal, Howard?
No.
No. All right. So you've got a problem with the level being a tool for establishing a horizontal.
Son of a bitch. Hang on. Are you there?
I'm still here, yeah.
Yeah, I dropped out.
Okay.
Now, repeat what you said the last time.
I said level. Is it okay that level is a tool for establishing a horizontal?
Sure, it'll be level to a point in
Right.
the center.
Okay then.
Right.
Do you want Aaron? Are you okay with that? Because Aaron seems to think your paymasters think that you shouldn't have said that.
It's a nice straw man. I never said paymaster, but yeah, you know.
A horizontal line is level at a point to the
point?
middle.
At every single.
what do you mean
listen,
a
Howard.
point?
Okay, Howard, listen.
You go out
Hold
on the ends. Let me finish. You go out on the ends of that horizontal, and it will not be level.
At every single point.
I'll pay you $500 if you prove that, Howard.
I wish we could go to LIGO.
Right,
and throw a level.
No,
is
no, fucking you do it, Howard. You do it. $500.
I said I wish we could.
Okay.
We can't though. So
Howard,
let's move on.
Howard, left lane,
Howard.
right? Now, wait a minute. Let's get this on down. Howard, left lane. Are you saying that level is a tool for establishing a horizontal, or is it not a tool for establishing a horizontal? One or the other.
You can
yes
use,
or
you
no?
Can use
yes,
the level
no.
to establish a local horizontal. Yeah.
Right. So it is horizontal. Okay. You do realise that a horizontal is a straight line, and a straight line is straight. Yeah, it doesn't bend.
Yeah, I just want to know if there's any baller out there. I've just put down two. Two ballers have turned down $500. Anybody else? $500. Either George's claim or left lane's claim, $500. Anybody?
Nah, they won't.
Nobody.
Yeah. Well, you're going to see here, because when we go through these, so we've got them. What was the other bit that you had a problem with, Howard?
Hell, I don't even know, Bill.
Well, we went through, what about a water level? That's a tool for establishing a horizontal. Are you okay with that?
Water level establishing a horizontal.
Yep.
Local. Yes.
Okay, so it is locally, right? Because you mean in the area where you're using the water level, it will establish a horizontal, yeah?
Yes, a local horizontal.
Right, now, have you got, are you going to put any stipulation on local? Like, do you have like an area or a distance, is it? What, do you have anything to define local?
What are we... Are we surveying a stretch of land, or are we
talking
building
about the water level being a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference? Yeah,
But are we talking
local
about,
in reference to a
land, or
water
are we
level
talking about-
establishing a horizontal. Yes.
But we've already covered it. Why are we still on it?
Well, I'm asking you if you got a distance you want to put on local. Yes or no?
Within the reach of the level used. Yeah.
Okay. So, like, I've got a water level that's 100 meters long. Is that okay? Is that local?
You got a 300-foot water level. Holy smoke!
So that would be horizontal, right?
So you actually do have a 300-foot long water level.
A 100 meter long water level, yes.
100 meters. That's 330 feet-ish.
Yeah, about 333. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah.
Is that all right? Would that be horizontal? Would it establish a horizontal?
A water level is not a spirit level.
Yeah, I know.
No,
that.
it is not.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and that's also a non sequitur. What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Not an answer to the question.
Pull off the road, Howard. Stop driving. Stop.
Yeah,
Not a
pull over,
non-sequitur.
Howard.
They're not the same tool.
Fuck?
They're not the same tool.
No one fucking said they were. Fuck.
Let's start again. Howard, a water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane. A water level is not a spirit level. A water level is not an auto level. A water level is not a theodolite. A water level is not an laser level. Right? Now, how long can a water level be and still stay local, thus still establishing a horizontal plane of reference in your mind? Go on, just make it up.
What I got to say.
What do you
Here's
think?
what I got to say. Where I come from, when conversations break down to insults, somebody gets an ass whooping. So I'm out.
Come on. Another tap out. Who's next?
Oh,
3.
yeah.
Bam, bam,
Yeah,
bam.
a
We've
tap-
not
a
even
tap
got
out
through
is
the
not an
7.
ass whooping.
Come
A
on.
tap out's not an ass whooping.
That's the opposite
Who's
of an ass
next?
whooping, Howard. Keep up. Just because I
He whipped his own ass.
Paid
There's-
NASA shield
yeah,
gone.
threats now.
Paid
Howard,
NASA
come to
shield's
me.
That'll
gone.
definitely prove your point and show that you're right, is by physically assaulting somebody. Cool. Not.
Physically
Well, that's just the
assaulting
way, that's
someone.
just the way it goes where I come from.
Are you tapping out then, Howard? You done?
No, I'm not tapping out. I'm
No.
just not going to sit here and be insulted without being able to defend myself.
Okay.
How are you being insulted?
Well, Bev done
what
called
did-
me a dickhead, and I don't call nobody names in this
Howard,
arena.
Oh, you
are.
Nobody
Dickhead.
here-
You are.
Nobody here can say that I've called anybody a name.
Oh, that was.
And I don't
It must
put
have been a
any-
slip of the tongue.
And if you don't have enough grown up, if you're not grown up enough to refrain from calling people names,
You did call us stupid in your final thoughts last week about 6 streams back, Jose's your final thoughts. You called us stupid.
Yeah, I wonder if
No,
I
I didn't.
wonder if I
Oh,
could
no, I
find
didn't.
any
Go ahead and
comments,
play it back.
Howard. Do you reckon?
You
reckon I might be able to find some comments?
I'll address a point as being stupid, but I will not say, Bev, you're stupid. I will not say that.
Yeah, because that would be stupid.
No, I'm not a dickhead. I'm the one that was attacked, and I'm not going to talk about it. That's it.
You are.
That
That's
doesn't make
all
me-
you've been talking about ever since, dude. It's a tap out. Just are you done?
Oh, you can.
Are you done? Because I'll carry on
Yeah, I'm done.
and show everybody
I'm done.
else the proof.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So let me just finish this brew because keeping me up. So for everybody else, do we have anybody else that has any more problems with anything? Any of those points? Because
come on, speak up.
There's a couple of points that you've just seen in there that are actual proofs. You may not have known them, but they're there. Like we said, the horizontal one is all horizontals are parallel to the plane of the horizon. It's a rather hard one to take.
Oh, I love that one.
It's a hard one for people to take because in seeing that and seeing that horizontals are parallel to the horizon, the plane of the horizon, it
I have a
makes the
question.
horizon into a straight line.
I have a question. So Rumpus and George said that flat is level, level is curved, and there is no elevation change, right? In that whole made up, whatever they just made up, right? So that's why I asked about drop. So is there drop in a level? Is there a drop in flat?
It's
Right.
no, flat is a two-dimensional surface. All the straight lines go on a two-dimensional surface. Level is horizontal. Horizontal
Yeah,
is a
I
straight
get what
line
you're
and a
saying. I get
plane.
what you're saying.
A plane. The horizontal plane is a two-dimensional surface. It is also called a flat.
I also get what you're saying. I'm on the same page as you. But there's another dimension that we could just fucking stab these guys with, saying, well, if you're talking about no elevation drop, right, or no elevation change, then why is it 8 inches per mile squared? What in reference to what?
Have you ever measured it?
No, not
No.
at all.
You measure an
Okay.
8-inch drop.
I'm not the one saying
So
that.
why are
I'm
you
just
bringing up
saying we could
numbers
put
then?
another screwdriver.
Yeah, don't
you know,
mention
rubber
that number ever again.
Oh no, okay.
Yep.
Well, I don't mention it, right?
Yeah, good.
Rumpus
It's their
does.
number.
Yeah.
You don't have to parrot Rumpus. You really don't, unless you're a
No,
glow
no.
head.
Okay, guys.
Unless you want to
Jesus.
keep bringing him
Seriously,
into
Aaron.
it and make him relevant, right? He's just a liar.
It
he
was
just
just tonight. It was. Hey, listen.
Seriously,
you're
Aaron.
attacking.
Seriously.
You are attacking the globe earthers, right? You're attacking them.
No, I am not. I
Yes,
am
you are.
stating 7 basic facts of reality that I can demonstrate and prove. That's all I'm doing. They are getting butthurt because they're hearing it.
Yeah.
I can't do anything about other
Aaron,
people getting
of
butthurt
your
about
statement-
facts.
one more point of your statements is there is
Aaron, pull your freaking
there
head
is
out
no
of the
elevation change in flat and level.
I've not
However,
mentioned
they
elevation
claim there is.
change, have I?
They do claim
When did I make that point, Aaron?
I never said you.
Well, what are you talking about my points then? What are you talking about?
I'm not talking about your points, Bev.
You're just rambling on about some bullshit.
Aaron,
then.
you've inferred a lot about what Bev has said, right? You need to listen to what he's saying. Listen very carefully.
I watch all your streams, clearly.
Wow, thanks.
You bet. It's
You
great
guys-
stuff.
You guys put out some good shit. Yeah, I watch them all too.
Okay, so can I find? I'll find this.
Hey, just to White Knight Aaron. So I think that what Bev is laying out has implications, right? I think that is what Aaron is correlating.
Yeah, but
So,
that's what
yes,
happens in
Bev-
your mind, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
okay,
not
but
like
it's the same thing, right? Okay, right. But listen, it's the same thing that I do with the mirages, right? When someone says, "Are you trying to prove the Earth is flat with your mirages?" and I say, "No." Okay, I'm not. However, the implications are there, right?
Yeah, well, implications are always there, right? But it's up to you to do whatever you do with this stuff. I'm just saying, right? This is true. This is provable. This is within geometry. This is reality.
On a plane, right?
Everyone wants to make inferences. That's your own business.
Right, so the horizontals being parallel to the plane of the horizon. Anybody got an idea of why that might be a problem? Flat earthers have a problem with this one.
What I was kind of trying to
Everybody
do,
has
Bev,
a problem with this one.
Bev,
Everyone,
what I was
even
kind of
Aaron,
looking at
apparently.
there was you know a Venn diagram, right? So you have your 7 points, but there are so much that can be logically added onto that. But in a
Yeah, of course
in
there
a
is.
Venn
You can do it
diagram, right?
afterwards,
It
can't you? You
has
can build
nothing
on
to
it
do with
yourself.
Your points has nothing to do with your points. It's just something like, wow, now. You know, you can create all these, not create.
Who are you
can
stalling
logically
for,
do
Aaron?
all these other aspects of flat and level.
Who are you
and
stalling for?
Okay.
Have
So
you not
that's all
met
I was
Aaron?
doing. I
He's
was
stalling
never
for
attacking
himself,
your- I was
or
never
nobody,
attacking your
or
point.
everybody.
I wasn't attacking you.
Or he's
Bev,
not
or-
stalling. Like, I mean, like, this is the way it goes. Listen, he's like a less violent version of the Joker, dude. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know where he's going. He doesn't know where he's
Dude,
going.
he's
Introduce
just a
little
troll.
chaos.
He's
to
just
the-
a troll.
Some people
that's
just want to
stopping
see
us
the
from
world
going.
burn.
That's right. This town deserves a better class of criminal.
This town needs an enema.
Shout out, Trav. What time are you gonna be here? What do you think?
Oh, bro, listen, I don't
we
know,
done?
man. I don't know. I'm outside Salt Lake City right now. I'm gonna drive another hour and a half or so, sleep, get up. I'm gonna try to go to Colorado Springs and meet up with Sky Free, if I can do that, and then shoot down your way. I don't know, man. Just hang tight.
Bev, I love that non-developable surfaces citation. That's fucking awesome, bro.
Oh, we've got loads of them. The 2D, 3D thing fucks them over as well. But does anyone want to see the rest of the actual proofs, or are you just happy to dismiss it?
I've got a question for you, Bev, regarding your parallel with the plane of the horizon.
Yep.
What do you base that on?
Look up horizontal mathematics, and look up the definition of horizontal.
So just the definition? That's what you base it on?
What do you disagree with horizontals being with the plane of the horizon? Because this sounds like when you go to the dictionary definition of level and it says it's horizontal, and they say, well, is that all you've got? It's like, well, no, we've got a geometric proof of it as well. Right?
Okay,
it's not
what's
just
the geometric proof.
Pardon?
What is the geometric proof, if you have a proof there?
That horizontal are parallel to the plane of the horizon.
Yeah.
a horizontal is a straight line.
Okay.
And the horizon is a straight line.
False.
And the horizontal has a definition of being parallel to the plane of the horizon. It's why it's got horizon in it. Because
Where
it's
have you measured
developed
the horizon
from.
to be parallel
You
to a
don't
straight line?
measure the horizon. It is horizontal.
No.
Where have you observed it to
Wait,
be
you're saying
a
that the
straight
horizon
line?
is not horizontal?
Have you observed it?
I'm saying the
Really?
horizon is not flat.
Have
Yes.
you only hold on?
I'm
a minute.
saying-
Have you only observed it as a straight line? Or, I mean,
The
how do you
horizon
determine
as being horizontal, yes.
He's arguing two-dimensional geometry.
I've
on
never
this. He's
seen
not
it
arguing
off
spherical geometry.
horizontal or like to have a higher at one side than the other. No, it's just horizontal, straight line.
Are you talking about the horizon over the ocean or the
you've
horizon over
observed
the
it
land? Which
as
is
a
two
straight
different
line?
things.
Because we have observations where the horizon, or the apparent horizon, really is not a straight line.
Yeah, that's why it says is parallel to the plane of the horizon, right?
Were you talking about over the ocean or over land? Because over land is different to over the ocean.
Yeah, that's
That's
a topographic horizon, right?
Terry.
Well, maybe explain what that means. The plane of the horizon, then. Maybe it's the wording.
A plane is a two-dimensional figure with a horizontal, and horizon means not having either side higher or lower at an even altitude. That's what horizontal
The
is.
mountain range or the land could be similar to that, but it wouldn't be a straight line.
The plane of the
Yeah,
horizon.
but Bev, what about
all
plumb
horizontals
and
are,
level?
are
What about
parallel.
plumb and vertical? Is plumb vertical then?
Yes, a plumb is a tool for establishing a vertical. Yes.
Can you expand on that and why they're the same thing?
Well, it's a tool.
And
A
a
plumb
spirit
bob
level.
is a tool
And a
for
spirit level.
establishing.
And a spirit level.
Pardon?
And
And
a
a
spirit
spirit level.
Oh, spirit levels are rarely used.
Yeah, they do.
In
They
terms of
do get
plans
used
and
in building when you're doing stud work and wall framing. You use
Yeah, but
spirit
they
level.
don't really work very well when you're talking about plumb and vertical, right?
Are you any builders? Are you guys builders?
I mean, if you just think about
any
the whole reason
experience
for
in
a
the
spirit
building
level.
trade or anything using these tools?
I guess you're right. You can use a spirit
What do you
level
mean
to
you
figure
guess I'm right? I'm just asking
You might
you,
use a plumb
have
for
you
a
got
door
any
frame.
experience in it?
You might use a plumb
Terry,
line for a door
have
frame. if
you
want
got
the
any
door-
experience in this, Terry?
Enough to say what I'm saying. You
Yeah,
might
let
use a
him
plumb.
speak, Bev, let him talk.
You might use a plumb to plumb a door frame, so you want your door to swing evenly open and shut, so it doesn't just shut on its own. But you might just use a spirit level just to do wall framing for just so you got the wall vertical for the framing.
Right.
Yeah, you astounding. But a plumb bob would be a tool that you use to establish a vertical, right?
Oh.
Or a level, but the level would do vertical and horizontal. It'd do both, the perpendiculars, wouldn't it?
Hey, wait a second though. When you have a level,
wow,
right?
Yeah.
How are you going to use a level?
What sort of
figure
level?
out
Which level? Which level have I got?
any type of level?
Any
type of level.
Can I
How
choose
you can use
the
that to
best one for
figure
the
out
job?
plumb?
What's the job we're doing?
Any job you want?
Okay, and what am I doing?
It sounds to me like trying to figure out what's level.
Yeah, he's asking
Is
if you can
that
use a
branch?
yeah, he's asking
Really,
if you can use
you guys are really going to let Branch come in here and question about what Branch?
We actually let pretty much anybody come in here except
Yeah,
for a few
I know.
undesirable trolls.
Yeah.
So we don't really need you questioning who we let come in here.
Yeah, I know.
And, what they say.
What is the question, Branch? Like, because this is getting a bit silly.
First of all, Bev, can you please not put me down like that, man? That was very hurtful.
Sorry.
Very hurtful.
I'm very, very sorry.
Yeah. Give me a I need some time to recuperate.
Yeah.
And go on talking about some other shit.
Okay.
While I get over it.
Bev, I think he was asking if you could find vertical if you had a horizontal.
It's perpendicular to it, right?
Yeah.
There's many perpendiculars or horizontal.
All the way along it, right?
Infinite.
Every bit away along the horizontal, you can make a perpendicular. And because it's a horizontal, every perpendicular to that horizontal would be vertical, wouldn't it?
No, it won't.
What?
Because think about it this way. If you have
a horizontal
level,
is a straight line, though, isn't it?
You have a level.
Yeah.
You can have a perpendicular. It's only 1 degree off from that level.
What is it? Wouldn't be perpendicular then, would it? Wouldn't be perpendicular.
It'll be perpendicular, but it wouldn't
have to be 90 degrees at right angles.
Let's just do 1 degree.
No, that wouldn't be perpendicular then, Branch.
You draw a perpendicular line to it.
If it's a straight line and it's got a perpendicular, the perpendicular would be at right angles.
You see, I think you have a hard time, Bev.
I don't have a hard time understanding perpendicular. It's very easy.
Oh, so why are you getting this wrong? Very wrong. Perpendicular or horizontal, right? Okay, let me put it in this way, right? Let's say you have a horizontal plane.
Yep.
And then you put a level on it, a square level, not a level. I'm sorry, a square. You know what? You know, a square, 90-degree square.
Yeah.
Now you can put the square straight down, and it will be pointing vertical. Or you can tilt that any angle you want.
Of course you could.
Square.
It'd only be perpendicular.
Still be perpendicular.
No.
Horizontal. You can change the angle where it's at as much as you want.
Are you sure? Like the two sides of the square would be perpendicular because it's a square. That's the right angle. That's the
again
perpendicular. That's what the square is. It's a tool that has two sides that are perpendicular.
Okay, so Bev, what I'm saying is this, right? Look, you know what a square is, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. You take a square, put it down on a horizontal surface, right?
Yep. A horizontal, like a two-dimensional surface.
Now you have a perpendicular line.
Yep.
To the horizontal surface.
Yeah, that would be vertical, wouldn't it?
Okay. Now what you do is you take the top of that and you tilt it a little bit.
Yep.
Perpendicular to horizontal, isn't it?
Off perpendicular.
Line is still perpendicular to horizontal, isn't it?
No. When it's perpendicular, it's perpendicular. If you tilt it, it's not perpendicular anymore. It's pretty simple.
Still perpendicular, man. Look, the problem is this. Bev, having a hard time thinking in a 3-dimensional world, aren't you, bro?
No, I live in a 3-dimensional world, dude. Live in it.
So why can't you see this?
I can see what you're doing, Branch. It's all right. It's okay.
Oh, no, you're totally wrong about this one, Bev.
Yeah.
If you have,
I know, Branch. You could do this all night. Do it all night. Is this so we don't have to go through the proofs, or?
Oh, you don't have to go through any proofs on this one. It's very simple.
It's all right. Anybody else that wants to in, they can come.
Very simple, right? Look,
somewhere else.
Let's say you have a perpendicular. Let's say you have a horizontal plane.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Again,
and
let's say we have a horizontal plane established by a tool called a level.
A square piece of wood. You have a square piece of wood.
Brilliant.
Right.
As well.
Sitting on that plane.
45-degree
angle.
Sorry.
Right. Square. When I said square, I should have said you have a plank of wood, a square plank of wood.
Wow, square plank.
And you have it on the horizontal plane at a 10-degree angle, right?
Yeah.
You get that so far.
Yeah. Is this in free space?
Dude, come on, that's a stupid question. It's just in reality as we know it.
Yeah, in free space.
It's in reality as we know it.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I say, free space. Yeah.
You have a horizontal plane.
Yeah.
And you have
Is this a horizontal plane on a surface, or is it elevated in free space?
Bev. You have a tabletop.
Okay, right, a table.
Okay.
Can we level the tabletop? Or
Bev.
can we have it wobbling a bit?
You have a tabletop.
Yep.
You put a piece of wood.
How big's the table? Is it like a dining table or just like a little side table? Coffee table. Oak, preferably, please. Go on, what sort of wood have we got? You know what, I think a bit of ash. It matched nicely with the oak. And what we doing?
What are you going to do at the table, Branch?
I'm waiting for Bev to be done. Are you done, Bev?
I'm just checking with you. I'm making sure I don't want to get anything wrong here. We got bits of wood to deal with, right? This is important stuff. Carry on.
Are you done, Bev?
Yeah, carry on, please. Eager.
Right, so you got a tabletop.
Yep. Oak coffee table, we decided.
Okay. And now you put a plank on the coffee table.
Ash.
Plank of wood. So be it.
Yeah. Treated.
Now
right, you don't want that woodworm.
That plank of wood in many different ways, can't you?
Yeah. Yeah. I could put it on my head. I could spin it on my finger.
Now, in order to make a perpendicular line to that coffee table, which position you need to place that plank?
So it's perpendicular.
What do you mean by that?
At a right
right angles, yeah. So
90 degrees.
We did it earlier. We went over it earlier. Did you miss that bit? Were you not here when we went over that bit?
Right, but there's actually another answer to that too. Not only does it have to be at a right angle,
perpendicular.
One axis. It also has to be laying flat on the surface of that table to make another perpendicular line, right?
Well, I don't know. What shape was it?
You have a square piece of wood. Remember, we started with a square piece of wood. Square.
Yeah. Is it still square?
Oh, did somebody change it?
I don't know. You never know with you, Branch. You never know. Anyone? Jeremy, did you change it?
No, still square. Square.
I mean, this is all happening in your mind, right, Branch? You do realise you can do whatever you want with this. I mean,
Branch, what type of wood is it?
I forgot. I think it was oak. Well, was it oak?
The table was oak. We were using ash.
It was red gum. Used a decent wood.
Oh, you can't get that round here. I can't get any of that. I can't even imagine it. Don't even know how to imagine it.
So, Bev, now think about it.
Something I don't
think
know.
about it this way, Bev.
I can't. Yeah.
You actually make two perpendiculars.
Brilliant. So you know what a perpendicular is now, then, right?
What is perpendicular?
It's at right angles. Two straight lines at right angles to each other. Yeah.
So if you have a plank,
you can imagine one as being horizontal and the other one as being vertical,
isn't it?
And then it's not really. You don't have to imagine it much when you do that. You can just
different. It makes a perpendicular on the x-axis, and it makes a perpendicular on the y-axis.
No, because you're dealing in 2D space. I thought you wanted to be in 3D space. So the X and the Y are on the floor on the horizontal, and the Z is the vertical, right, Branch? Make sure.
that's a different matter.
We don't want you confusing anybody round here.
The y-axis and the z-axis.
Pardon?
Y and the z both have perpendicular lines drawn.
Yeah,
right?
it's an orthogonal coordinate system, right? X, Y, Z.
Now you take that plank of wood and you tilt it to the side. There's still one perpendicular line, isn't there? The other one's changed.
You're
because
imagining whatever you want, I guess.
One of them is still perpendicular.
How do you put a line on its side?
Am I wrong?
Planar points.
Is this how we deal with learning stuff round here? I hope everybody's learning from Branch, right? And he's questioning. Because
I'm sorry, Bev, it's you that got all caught up on the type of table and, all kind of crap, whether it's a coffee table, what type of wood the coffee table is made out on. And you're trying to tell me I'm the troll?
Yeah, what was your
point? Trying to say that I'm the troll.
No, I didn't say troll, did I? I just asked if everybody was learning. You inferred a troll, didn't you?
Bev, and you stop trolling, Bev.
I'm just trying to inform people about basic geometry, right? In reality, and it seems to be struggling. People seem to be struggling with it.
Okay, let me ask you a question then, right? If you're trying to inform people about reality, then why the hell does it matter whether it's a coffee table or what type of table it is? And why does it matter what type of wood it's made out of?
I don't know. Why did you bring it up? Why did you keep going on about it then? Why did you bring the coffee table into it?
Bev,
you brought the table in. That was you. You brought the wood and the table.
So Bev, why did you think the type of table and
why are you talking about the type of table still?
Branch, why don't you just change it to a piece of A4 piece of paper? There you go. Make it easier for you.
Can't do that.
Nobody took Travis's money up or all of that, and now you're in here. Are you just confirming that you know what perpendicular is, Branch?
I was actually gonna I was gonna tell Travis I'll send him another $100 and he can tack another 100 onto that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bev. I still don't think you really understand.
Do you? What don't I understand? Straight lines?
Perpendicular?
Are we
going to get a taker?
Yeah, Travis, I was going to send you a PayPal for another $100 to tack onto that. And then you...
Well, why don't we wait? Why don't we wait till we get a bona fide taker?
Yeah. Get a serious offer in first before you start saying.
Well, I just figured if I had $100, it might entice somebody. Oh, somebody's gonna add more money to this. Maybe I can do it.
George should be up for that. I mean, they should already be there. I mean, any one of these, they should be coming out and doing it. Because I mean, I can only prove these facts that I've brought tonight. That's all I can prove.
I'm sorry. You made me bring up facts, but you still haven't been able
go ahead, Rob. What?
I mean, Jeremy. Vertical in my scenario. Have you, F?
Pardon?
You're still unable to identify plumb and vertical.
A plumb is a tool. A plumb bob is a tool for establishing vertical. So, I don't know what you're talking about. I think you forgot what you're talking about.
No, that's not what. That's not the case at all. Okay. Why don't you tell me then, Bev? What is the difference between a plumb and a vertical?
There's no difference. A plumb bob is a tool for establishing a vertical, right? It is the reality tool that we use to establish the vertical.
Hold on a second. The difference is in the definition.
maybe Branch, maybe you didn't understand. There's no difference between plumb and vertical.
Yeah, there is. A big difference. It's a dimensional.
You best check who you've got to back you on this one at the minute, Branch. Just let's have. Can we have a hands up? Is Branch talking shite?
I'm a one-man team, brother.
Right.
I don't need no back.
Well, what are you talking? What have you got to back this up?
Okay, look. Let me
Show me a plumb bob not being vertical. Go on.
Simple men terms. All right, Bev.
Didn't Brian Leachy have a 45-degree plumb bob or something?
Yeah, he might be able to help you. Last night he was setting plumb bobs at 45s.
No, hold on. Look. Let's say you're building a house, all right?
But what am I doing now? But like, where is this going? What are we doing? Like, how can you build a house? Because I'm no good at. I'm not a brickie. I can only do joinery. Like, I definitely don't do any electrics. I keep well away from that shit.
What kind of joints do you do?
Electric.
What kind of joints do you do, Bev?
Big fat ones. Actually, not the little skinny ones.
Oh, there you go again. I'm telling the truth because you know you're wrong.
What is this conversation right now?
I don't know. This is highbrow stuff. I mean, I was here going to do some, I don't know.
Personally, I'm enjoying it. I got to be honest with you.
I didn't say this is the worst thing that's ever happened here. It's just I'm not sure what is this?
I think
back
Branch
and
and
forth
Aaron,
that's going on right now.
Bob, I think Branch and Aaron should have a deep conversation about something.
Do you want us out of here?
Deep conversation.
No, you're fine.
Bev, all I want from you, right?
I want plums.
It's talk about plums and understand
what
plums. You guys, you mentioned plumb lines, and I like
plums
plumb bob.
Always vertical.
A plumb bob is a happy bob because Bob likes plums, and I want a plum now, and I ain't got no plums.
Fruit basket.
No. Okay. Again, my example of building a house on a hill is still very
genius.
If you build it perpendicular to the hill, it wouldn't be vertical, would it?
You're building a house on a hill, right?
Perpendicular to the hill?
On a cord. We dug out a cord and built the house on the cord.
Is it possible to build a house perpendicular
on a cord
to the ground?
Yeah.
Because if you turn a house over on its side, it's just the side of the house again. So now it's like, I mean, the wall is on the floor.
You'd slide out of bed every morning, though. That's the only problem.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not sure that you can really rotate a house so that it's perpendicular.
Rotate? I don't think you can rotate houses at all, to be honest with you.
Maybe you can.
I've seen them move big giant houses like down blocks, miles.
Rotate them?
That might be it.
Listen, all you got to do is get yourself a vacuum chamber, okay?
You put a house in an elevator in a vacuum chamber.
That's right. That's exactly what you do. You grab some sticks
on a rotational
and drop
house.
And you jump
put it in the
3
well,
cows on a motorbike.
Make sure the well is in
a
the
well.
vacuum chamber, okay?
An elevator well, preferably.
As it's falling,
imagine,
you'll
just
release
imagine,
the
if you
satellites,
imagine,
and they'll go up, but they won't go through the clouds.
through the clouds, and then up and down, and then they'll disappear.
No, it'll just look like they're going through the clouds, but they won't go through the clouds.
Well, the clouds are solid, so how could they
They're
go through
in
the clouds?
orbit, FE. They're in orbit.
Yeah, but
your
the clouds
house
are
is in
solid.
He makes a good point, though.
How do you think the seven's facts are? Do you think they sound good, right?
Honestly, believe the shit that we listen to every day.
If we're still talking about plumb and vertical, and you want to start talking about something else,
I was talking there. That's one of the 7, isn't it?
All right, okay. Let's talk about the example you get.
What's the 8th?
Clouds
I
and
want to know
planes.
the 8th, man.
So look,
that might be mind blowing.
The 8th one is that you can't have a 2-dimensional surface around a surface of a sphere.
All right, thank you, Bev.
Think about it this way, Bev. Look, you build an
I'm
aeroplane.
still working on that though.
And you have all the seats vertically aligned, right? You on ground level, they're all vertically aligned.
What do you mean by level? What sort of level are you talking about?
Why are you?
Yeah,
why
what's
are you
ground level? How level? What level are we talking about?
Okay, so at ground level,
like, why are you
vertically
frustrating
aligned
yourself with this?
using a plumb, right? And now, when let's say now,
it's quite simple, Branch, right? It's
now
simple.
the plane takes off. The plane takes off, and let's say it's going at a 13-degree angle, right, up in the air.
33.
The chairs are still vertical with respect to the ground of the plane, isn't it?
Nah.
It hasn't changed.
It's not vertical though.
The chairs are still vertical with respect to the ground of the plane, even though the plane is now moving. 13 degrees.
Nah.
First of all, whoever's talking,
The floor of the plane isn't horizontal, so it can't be perpendicular to a vertical, right? You're obviously talking provable shite.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a nonsense, Branch. It is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, it is, man. It is. It's a nonsense.
Makes sense. It makes sense if you have a small amount of intelligence.
Yeah, only a small amount.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's why it makes sense to you, Branch.
Hey, listen, it makes perfect sense if you have a severe deficit of intelligence, okay?
So
go ahead,
Branch. You have a small amount of intelligence. Go ahead, Branch.
And me saying it makes sense if you have a very small amount of intelligence was essentially...
If you have a moderate amount of intelligence, it makes no sense at all, though.
Of intelligence.
Wow. Good one,
throwing...
Nicky.
Good job, my man. Great job. Good funny. That was a good funny.
Mm-hmm.
You make another funny, please.
No, it was you.
I not know what jokes
No,
are.
I
Like,
want him
no
to
word
yours,
for that.
Bunch.
It's jokes.
I think he should make another funny.
It's all funny, Branch. Whatever you say is actually quite
Can he
funny.
make another funny?
Well, okay, listen, man, it's not necessarily that easy. There's comedic timing. There's the possible subversion of expectations. I mean, it's not like humor is just straight up just there all the time, okay?
That's right.
Oh, I think you should fix that.
Sometimes it just comes not looking for you, though, doesn't it? Like what you said, Branch. That was hilarious.
It's all about setup too, right? Nobody got my paid NASA Shills PNS joke, where I want to call him PNS. Nobody got it except Travis. So it's all about timing, like Bob said, setup, all that shit. I'm terrible at it, so.
Oh, no, you're doing good, bro. Continue. You're not doing bad. Oh, don't put yourself down like that.
So levels curved. I mean, that's a funny. Go.
Good one. A great funny.
Damn it, my setup sucks so bad.
Oh, that was a great funny. That was a good funny.
It is funny. When Rumpus says it over and over, it is pretty funny, actually.
Yeah. I think you guys are trying to make fun of Brandon.
We don't need to make fun of Brandon. He does that plenty on his own.
We're kind of letting him off the hook with a little bit of humor here, right? Because he was cornered, Bev, right?
Yeah.
And it just so.
All right, so Bev,
did you not say Brandon?
Let's go back on this one,
Maybe
Bev.
not.
Bev.
Not a good joke. I thought that was a good joke.
A lot of dead hair here, Branch. What are you doing?
What's that?
I think Branch actually passed out.
I think he might.
He didn't tap out. He actually passed out. He was like fucking up.
Aaron, you can always explain how you
hold
calibrate
on.
your pencil to everyone.
Hold up. I was asking Bev a question.
You sound like you. Did
Poor
you
Bev's
fall
getting
asleep
picked
for a
on
bit?
here.
Bev, do you want me to stop picking on you?
Is that what you're trying to do, dude?
Who just opened a can? Branch,
That'll be
was that you that
Branch.
opened a fresh can, or was that you, Aaron?
No, that'll be Branch.
No, probably
No,
Branch.
no, not me, Effie.
Branch, that's another can, right? How many are we up to? 6?
Fresh can of butt whoop.
Cans.
All right, maybe not.
You have cat ears, so Effie. You have cat ears. Good job.
It's called
Get it,
kick
yeah.
ass or whoop ass. It's
Kick
called
ass.
whoop ass.
I don't use
Whoop
that
ass.
language though, so I gotta adjust
You
it.
gotta man up.
I'm just trying to gauge how long it's going to be before the coherency deteriorates. That's all.
Jesus, that's not how we came in.
Not sure you can deteriorate from nothing.
I honestly thought it would have deteriorated
Come
a
on,
lot.
I'm extending some grace here, boys. Come on.
All right, guys. You know what? Does somebody have something sensible to say?
Yes.
Unlikely.
No one has anything.
Bansor, was that you?
Whoever has something sensible to say,
No, it's
please
Terry.
say.
Get Bandy on.
Hey, it better be sensible.
Who was
Not
it?
if you want something sensible.
Very
Terry.
sensible.
Oh, was that Terry? How you going, Terry?
Oh, right.
Yeah. I was going to say we're calling on the wrong guy for sensible.
Right, whoever the fuck's gonna say something sensible, say it now.
I thought we were talking about level and flat and horizontal and vertical and
Terry.
Yeah, let's go back there. Bev, come on, help us out.
Right then, let's go to the killer one, right? The horizon being a straight line.
Is
Right.
NASA Shield still here?
Obviously.
I thought you were talking about sliding out of bed, Terry.
Oh, that's
It's kind of handy
that's
the
your-
older you get, isn't it?
No, I fall out of bed. I don't slide out.
Oh, dear.
Is it painful for the horizon to be a straight line?
Bandsaw has been abnormally not funny. I'm confused.
Cool
Fuck
people
you,
already
Aaron.
know that the horizon's a straight line.
Pardon? I didn't hear that.
It's just all those losers who are way behind the curve.
Guys, I'm sorry, man. I asked for somebody to say something serious, and all I'm hearing is this bullshit.
Oh, so you don't agree that the horizon is a straight...
Hey, Branch.
I mean, if you want something serious, dude.
You gotta say you're blowing my mind right now.
You twat.
How do we know the Earth is not flat?
We don't. It's flat. Of your understanding of the world in which you live, then of course the world looks flat. The world looks flat. The world looks flat.
Neil,
Bitch. You twat.
I gotta say you're totally blowing my mind right now.
That's what I do. 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 What I do.
But I don't have much patience for anyone who denies that this challenge is real. We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society. Flat Earth Society.
My friends, these people are so out of touch with science. You don't need to be a scientist to know that the Earth is round.
They must have been founding members of the Flat Earth Society. They would not have believed that the world was round.
Like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash.